show you how the Android, how the animated VectorDrawable tool is working. And so I want to present the project and to show you how to use it. So let's go. I will share my screen and I will explain you how to do. Okay, my English is a little bit bad because I didn't speak English from 1 month or more. Last time was from London. So let's go to the project. Talking about me. So first, this project is an Android Studio project. Okay, and in this Android Studio project, you have two modules, which is animated vector tool and app. The animated vector tool is a tool that generates file for you, and app is the Android project I use to test the generation. So let's have a look at the animated vector tool. You have three folders: the source, in the source you have two main classes, which are result generator. This is a file that generates the file. Okay, this is the class that generates files, and you have result template Java, which generates the Java code, and result template, which is the file that generates the XML file. This is the file that interesting you, and in particular, if you want to change the length of the animation or the start offset for the color change, you have to change those two variables. Okay, it's called duration and duration color, and I use those string to generate the file. Okay, when you have changed something and you want to build again the jar, you have to select Animated Vector Morphing Tool for jar, and you run the build. Okay, it will build the project, and when the generation will be done, it will appear in build libs here. This project will generate Java and resource folder, so I delete them. And okay, the jar has been done. So now I will open a command line in this folder, and I will just run my project. So to run the project, you just have to define Java jar and animated vector tool.jar, and you give the VectorDrawable you want to animate. With this VectorDrawable, I will generate a lot of files: the animated VectorDrawable, the VectorDrawable itself, and the object animator that will make the morphing between you VectorDrawable. So I run the command line, and there's a lot of outputs, as you see. And when the outputs are over, when you go back to your project, you see that I generate two folders: resources, REST, and Java. In REST, you have the animator folder, the drawable folder, the value folder. In animator, you find all the object animator I generate for you. In drawable, you'll find all the drawable I generate for you, and you will find your initial vector drawable and the animated vector drawable. And in value, you will have the path color and the path string. Where I externalize the path from the vector drawable and also the path color. I'm making morphing with the fill color and the stroke color between your two vector drawable. Then I also generate the Java, which is in fact two files: the main activity class where you have the code that you can copy paste to understand how to make morphing between your two vector drawable, and the activity main, where I define the associated layout for the main activity Java code that I just showed you. Then I go in my Android project, I open the source, I open the main, and in the resource, okay, I already made a generation, so I delete it. I just have to take my resource folder, to copy it, and to paste it in main. When I've done that, I can run my application project. Okay. So we wait for the application to be built and deployed. The morphing tool generates 3 types of scenario for you. The first one is simple one. I take each pair of vector drawable that you gave to me, and I'm making the morphing between the first one to the other one. So this is the example. I'm making morphing from the Android to the backup icons. Okay. And when I click again, I do the same morphing. I have also the reverse. So it makes the morphing between the first one to the second one, and then back to the first one. And you can keep going from the first to the other. As you see, the fill color has been changed. So I open a bug tracking in the OSP bug tracker, and I hope it will be fixed at the next version. And the last stuff I generate for you is the morphing chain, where you can make the morphing between all your drawables. Okay, I do an automatic morphing, but you can. There is a stop between each animation. Here I am chaining the animation for the demonstration purpose, and okay, this is the goals of the tool. One step that is really important when you run the tool is, okay, we go back in the animated vector tool, and we have our 4 vector drawable.
Selon Wikipédia, Ken Bazouiten naît le 21 avril.
We have our vector drawable here. Okay, if I open one, it's our initial vector drawable. And you need to see that I add a morphing name to each of those vectors, because the tool needs to know from which path to which path we need to make the morphing. So you need to give the morphing name to each path to morph. So if I look at the Android and the backup, you'll see that for each path, I have a morphing name and a name. Both are used to generate. The first one, morphing name, is used to know which path to morph, and the name is used to generate the string, the path string. So you need to add those 2 XML tags to your initial vector drawable. Once you've done that, the tool manages all the rest and do it for you. So I hope you will use it, and I also hope you enjoy the tool. And I wish you a Merry Christmas, because it's soon Christmas, and I wish you a good afternoon and a good morning, depending on where you are on the earth. So hope you enjoy it, and I don't know, see you later. Perhaps at DroidCon London or Paris. See you.